Before watching this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button below and clicking the bell icon to be notified when published new video. Any parent with a small child knows that installing a baby monitor in your home is an absolute must. You want to be sure your little one is safe and sound. After all, it's impossible to be everywhere at the same time. Tyrone and Caryn Morris from Durban, South Africa, most certainly felt that way. When their son, Brody, was having trouble falling asleep recently, his mother went upstairs to sit with him until he drifted off. Only, when she didn't come back downstairs for what felt like forever, her husband checked the baby monitor and he was shocked to see Caryn lying on the floor. Recently, Tyrone and Caryn Morris of Durban, South Africa, invited several friends over for a dinner party. Their guests were related to spend some time with the couple's 15-month-old son, Brody, before his parents put him down for the night. As the party carried into the night, Brody's bedtime approached. With all the entertainment downstairs, the last thing he seemed to want to do was go to bed. Putting him down was going to be a battle, but his mother was more than up to the challenge. As Caryn brought Brody upstairs, Tyrone expected the bedtime process to take some time. But when Caryn hadn't returned for a long while, he became worried. He checked their baby monitor and that was when he found his wife lying on their son's bedroom floor. She wasn't injured, though. Apparently, Brody wouldn't go to sleep. The party downstairs was so distracting that he became fussy and had trouble drifting off. He'd need some serious convincing, and that's when Caryn had a bright idea. He was moaning and wanted to get out the cot. Every time I walked out the room, he would stand up and moan, Caryn recalled to Reporters at Times Live, a South African-based news outlet. Luckily for her, Caryn had a plan. Caryn noted that, not only would Brody refuse to go to sleep, but he also wouldn't even close his eyes, a feeling not lost on any parent with young children. But the young mother knew she couldn't stay upstairs all night. Needing to get back to the party soon, Caryn set her plan into action. I decided to sit on the floor next to the cot so he could see me, she explained of her moves to reporters. He then just lay there with his eyes a little bit open. After sitting on the floor for ages, Caryn decided she needed to lie on her back. I lay back. He didn't flinch or move or try and get out the cot, she said. As her son started to drift off, Caryn realized that leaving without waking him was going to be tough. What Caryn didn't know was that, while she was putting her odd plan in motion, Tyrone and their guests were downstairs watching the entire situation unfold on the baby monitor. Obviously, everyone thought it was hilarious. Meanwhile, upstairs with Brody, Caryn began planning her escape. Knowing that her son was a light sleeper, she decided it was better not to stand. Instead, she began to inch her way out of the room. She knew this was her only chance of getting out with Brody still asleep. All the while, the baby monitor continued to capture the entire thing. Tyrone and the couple's guests couldn't help but laugh as they watched Caryn carefully slide all the way across the floor. But would she make it without waking up her young son? At that time, Caryn finally made it out of the room and rushed downstairs. When she arrived back to the party, she was surprised to find her husband and the guests laughing hysterically. Not long after that, Tyrone was posting the footage to his Facebook page. In his post, Tyrone was sure to comment on the professional style of the moves his wife used to get out of the room that night. "The South African Army is calling me for you to do training on the reverse leopard crawl," he wrote. The video had since gone viral, having been viewed upwards of 20 million times. Of all the comments, most came from parents who could easily relate to the tactical methods Caryn used to ensure that Brody stayed asleep. The video became so popular that Caryn and Tyrone were asked to appear on a South African radio show to talk about her skillful escape method. Most importantly, reporters wanted to know what it was like to become an overnight sensation. What Caryn and Tyrone found most surprising about their sudden fame was that other parents seemingly wanted parenting advice from them. All Tyrone could do was joke about their inquiries, stating, "I don't know if we're the right people to ask." Even experts reached out to see if the young parents needed any help sleep training Brody. While appreciative, Caryn and Tyrone were reluctant, since what they did seemed to be the norm. At least judging by people's comments on their Facebook post. Since the video of Caryn putting Brody to sleep went viral, the internet has dubbed her Spider Mom. It was a name she and her husband fully embraced as they enjoyed their 15 minutes of internet fame. The situation convinced Caryn to start blogging using that Spider Mom nickname. Her slogan was, "'Cause every mom is a superhero in their own way." And her site offered people the ability to share pictures, videos, and other funny happenings from their lives as parents. Obviously, Caryn had no idea so many people would be amused by her moves. She was, however, quick to explain that her unusual exit did help her return to her guests that night. "Once I made my exit, that was it. The night was mine." Bravo, Caryn. Caryn's method of getting Brody to sleep was certainly hilarious. It makes you wonder what other silly things parents will try to get their children to bed. Share this funny story with your friends below.